Hello, my name's Banoffee and welcome to the channel. I'm going to be making a video today about first impressions, and I'm mainly going to look at it from the view of how first impressions have an effect on the world, because that's how I roll. I know my friends are probably going to talk about, their first impressions on certain people and how they met certain people and things like that, but I always prefer a more scientific approach, so prepare to be thoroughly bored. So, the way I see it, first impressions are mainly what shape our view on the world. We tend to go out and we will buy things based on how it looks, or we will judge someone based on how it looks, like in a job interview. We'll try and look nice because we want the person who's interviewing us to think that we're quite smart and posh, and we're all going to go chip chip and let's go. But, in the end, are we too dependent on first impressions? I mean, when you look at it in the actual world, the people that I know that people will probably make judgments on them because of the way they dress or the way they act in public. But where you don't really get to know them until you look deep down and get to really have a chance to be with them and speak with them and see how they are. And that's really where a problem lies in our current society. We are too dependent on this idea that people dress the way that they feel, or people buy certain products because they support, a certain political party or whatever. And that's really another take on it. You can say that the way that politics works is based upon first impressions, because you vote for a certain party based on what it pledges in the election, but I'm not going to go into that because that is extraordinarily boring. So, really when it comes down to my first impressions, I've met a few people in my time, and the people on this channel, namely Jordan, Casey, and Grace. I nearly forget everyone's names there, 10 out of 10 to me. But when I first met Casey, it was on a D&V trip, and she acted a bit eccentric. If you don't know what D&V is, it's Duke of Edinburgh. It's like, going out and walking and things like that, and, skills and boring stuff. But I met Katie there, and she was very eccentric, and I thought, you know what, I could get to know this person better. They're pretty cool. And so I did, and I've come to know them now, and I kind of hang around her and her friends every day. When I first met Jordan, I was a bit sceptical. I've never been too fond of, other guys. I don't particularly like other guys because of some experience I've had in the past. And so I was very sceptical of how Jordan was going to act around me. And I do believe that, actually, in the end, once I've gotten to know him, he's been a good friend to me, and although we've had our differences, he has really... I've seen him mature over time, to some extent. But originally I wouldn't have thought of him like that. And then there's Grace. I haven't known Grace for that long. But when I first met her, I was a bit like, whoa, who's this? It's a new person, I'm quite scared. And then I've gotten to know her, and I've realised that she's probably the person I'm most alike. I mean, in reality, she is more like a girl version of me than anyone I've ever met before. And really, that's my first impressions of the people on this channel, and I know that the other guys will have done this, and that's why I'm doing this, but in the end, I think that first impressions really don't actually matter, because once you get to know that person, they become completely irrelevant. And so, well, I would like to thank you all for listening, and hope that your first impressions based on me from this video won't be too bad. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!